Dinanath Mangeshkar Hospital. Today we have with us Dr. Dhananjay Kelkar, who is the Medical Director of Dinanath Mangeshkar Hospital, and he is going to answer some of the questions asked regarding his Jalneti practice. Thank you, sir, for being with us. Our first question: at Dinanath Mangeshkar Hospital, what benefits have you observed because of doing Jalneti?
Okay. First of all, let me clarify that only 600 people came forward in the month of March 2020 to start this practice of Jalneti, and we have 4,000 people working with us. So these 600 comprise of about 100 doctors, about 150 to 200 nurses, and remaining ward boys, ayas, cleaning staff and security personnel who are the frontline healthcare workers treating COVID. Dinanath was the first hospital in Pune, one of the first hospitals in Pune, to sign up as a COVID care center. So we have a large number of COVID patients coming to us, and by now we have treated 1500 COVID patients. So these 600 healthcare workers have been practicing Jalneti regularly for the past 3.5 months, and none of them have contracted COVID. Whereas of the remaining 2,500 odd workers who are not doing Jalneti, 25 had COVID infection even though it was mild. We were fortunate to have this mild infection. So they had the infection and now they are back to work. But the Jalneti group did not have a single kind of COVID or flu-like symptom. That was the purpose.
Thank you, sir. My next question is: should one add salt or any other medicine such as betadine in the water which is used for Jalneti?
Now this question has been asked to me by many of my friends from yoga field. They feel that Jalneti in yoga, there is always salt added to the water. But the problem was, number one, how much salt should be added? There is no definition in the yogic field. And the second is that the more complex you make, the more difficult it becomes. So if you should have a specific spoon with a specific measurement of a specific substance to be added to the water, then it becomes more difficult to perform. And I wanted Jalneti to spread across not only India but the entire world, because it can save us from COVID symptomatic infection. Hence, the easier it is, the more popular it becomes. So I started without salt 4 years ago. Last 4.5 years I am doing Jalneti. 4 years without salt, and I did not have a single incidence of flu. So I feel that lukewarm water is good enough.
Thank you, sir. Suppose if a person is having deviated nasal septum, DNS what they call, any allergic condition, common cold such as rhinitis, or any other ear infection or any other illness, can that person perform Jalneti?
Now that's a very important question. Are there any contraindications or harmful effects of Jalneti? And the simple answer is none. There is no person who cannot do or should not perform Jalneti. Means if anybody has common cold, rhinitis, allergy, nasal surgery or deviated nasal septum, they can jolly well do Jalneti with whatever comfort that they have got, but there is no harmful effect. In fact, many ENT surgeons in India advise Jalneti to their operated patients. So it's a good technique, totally harmless. People who have had bypass, angioplasty, cancer chemotherapy or any other major surgery of spine, they can very well do Jalneti. There is absolutely no contraindication. Some people feel that when you are doing Kapalbhati, then you should just do it not forcefully but in a mild mannered way. Then there is no contraindication. The only two type of people who cannot do are people with cleft palate or cleft lip, and possibly people who have neurological disorder like Parkinson's. Now these are the people who cannot hold the pot, hence it is difficult to perform Jalneti. But other than that, I don't see any contraindication.
Thank you. There have been some snide comments that you are a naturopath or an Ayurveda practitioner, and since I know the fact that you are a very famous cancer surgeon, then the question comes up, why are you prescribing Jalneti?
Now unfortunately these snide comments come because allopathic doctors and Ayurvedic homeopathic alike believe that drugs are the cause of cure. And I am not talking about cure of COVID infection, I am talking about prevention. And all the three pathies are not so strong or probably underdeveloped in prevention. We wish to avoid symptomatic COVID infection. That is the only purpose of Jalneti. The water does not kill the virus. This is not a drug. And that is why my colleagues are restless. They feel that there has to be some fantastic research molecule which has to cure COVID. And here I am saying that simple water can prevent COVID infection. So probably the snide comments comes from that. And also allopathic doctors themselves are not healthy. If you look at the number of deaths across the world, more than 600 in United States, more than 500 in United Kingdom, and more than 100 in India, allopathic doctors have died, general family practitioners have died, some Ayurvedic homeopathic doctors have died. So this is because they are not healthy enough and they are not preventive enough in this disease. So I believe that Jalneti is not just a yogic practice, it's a simple technique of washing your anterior nasal cavity.
Thank you. What are the upper and lower age limits of performing Jalneti?
Again, a very good question, because I would say from the age of 18 to the age of 100, probably anybody who has got a steady hand and a reasonably steady mind can perform Jalneti. My father, who will complete 94 this month, 94 years of age, he has started doing Jalneti for last 1.5 months, and he is successfully doing it and he is enjoying every bit of it. So there is no age limit from 18 to 100. Below 18 you can do Jalneti, but is probably not necessary because children are not at risk of COVID death or COVID serious infection. So I would not suggest that you advise or force your children into doing Jalneti. So to do Jalneti, you need a reasonably mature mind. That's all.
Thank you so much. Why are you saying that Jalneti should be done twice a day? What is the mechanism by which it could be acting as a helpful remedy?
If you understand the mechanism, you would understand why twice a day. The mechanism of Jalneti is twofold. Number one, it is an anterior nasal wash which goes from one nostril and comes out of the other nostril without going into the nasopharynx, without going into the throat, without going into the lungs. So Jalneti is only anterior nasal wash, and it only washes out viral particles whenever they enter. Now you don't know when they will enter.
True.
They might enter in your house, they might enter while you are traveling, or they might enter while you are working. You never know. So if you clean your nasal cavity twice a day, those particles which have entered will be washed out and the viral load will reduce. So my theory is Jalneti will reduce the viral load and act like a daily vaccine. What do I mean by daily vaccine? Low dose virus whenever it comes, however it comes. And when it is low dose, probably I will be asymptomatic. Now the other thought which I have always wondered, why are 81.5% people asymptomatic in this COVID infection? So they probably might have a low viral load, or they could have a good immunity. And if you look at Jalneti, it's a combination of both. Number one, it reduces the viral load, and number two, it improves immunity of the nasal mucosa. The nasal mucosa, when it is dry, is low on immunity, and a wet nasal mucosa or a washed nasal mucosa is better on immunity. And there has been research about that. So I feel it's a win-win all the way.
Great. Thank you. Along with Jalniti, are you taking any precautions during COVID time?
This is something which many of my doctor friends are wondering. Am I doing many things together and kind of giving credit to Jalniti? And the answer is no. I am not doing many precautions, not taking many precautions. I tell people I am doing only 3 things. Daily exercise, number 1. Number 2, vitamin D once a month. And that is also because vitamin D I don't consider as a drug. I consider we are not going out into the sun. We are sitting in the operating rooms or in a lockdown. So the sunlight is not there. So people who are not exposed to daily sunlight should take vitamin D, and I am one of them. And the third thing is Jalniti. So exercise, vitamin D and Jalniti are the only 3 things I am doing. I am not taking hydroxychloroquine. I am not taking arsenic album. I am not taking any gargling. I am not taking any honey or camphor or any other allopathic, ayurvedic or homeopathic medication. In fact, yogic practices do not use any medicine or any drug. And I am of the belief that prevention should be without medications, and for which Jalniti is a great thing. In Dinanath Mangeshkar Hospital, initially, because of the ICMR guidelines, more than 3,000 people were taking hydroxychloroquine. I was not one of them, but 3,000 people were taking hydroxychloroquine. Today, less than 100 are taking hydroxychloroquine. Of the group taking hydroxychloroquine, 13 people tested positive for COVID infection and none from the Jalniti group. So my message is clear. It is exercise, vitamin D and Jalniti. I am operating almost every day. I am attending my outpatient clinic almost every day. I am visiting COVID patients at least twice a week, and I am supervising all the COVID fight of the hospital in Pune as well as in our hospital all the time. So I probably am at the forefront of the COVID fight. Some of my friends are attending to COVID patients daily in the intensive care unit, and in last 3.5 months they are doing Jalniti and they have not contracted the infection. So I suggest, why don't you try it?
Thank you, Dr. Dhananjay Kelkar, for answering all our questions. Friends, if you have any more questions, then directly give us a call at Dinanath Mangeshkar Hospital. Thank you so much for being with us. Thank you.
Thank you. Namaste.